Making an STGO overweight notification. Having logged into STGO, select the Start button. Vehicles can be imported from your library or from a previous notification, but for this video I will create a new vehicle. I'll create a semi-trailer configuration, creating a conventional tractor to which STGO will add the expected semi-trailer. Then select to confirm and continue. On this page there are many required fields. Please remember that all the dimensions asked for must include both the vehicle being used and the load being carried. For the name field, I'll enter a brief description of the load being carried. Should you wish to use the vehicle for later use, it's this name field which displays in the fleet list. For the gross weight, enter an accurate value for the sum of the tractor, trailer and load in kilograms, let's say 65,000. The overall length field is the length of the tractor and the trailer together with any forward or rearward projections. And we can add the rear projection. Let's give it 1.3 meters. The rigid length in this case will be the length of the trailer together with any forward or rearward projections. The overall width is generally the width of the load being carried, and we can add both the left and right overhangs. This is the dimension where the load projects beyond the sides of the trailer. The maximum height in this instance will be the height of the load resting on the trailer. We also need to add the axles. We'll go for 3 for the tractor and 3 for the trailer. Scrolling down we come to the registration plate. And then click on the Add button. We can add multiple registrations in case you're unsure as to which tractor is going to be moving the load, or if there are going to be multiple tractors moving multiple loads. As we scroll down the page, we can note that STGO has already identified from the gross weight that this notification is a STGO Cat 2 requiring 2 days notice to police and structure owners. Because of this, we need to enter the axle details for each axle. As the trailer is already highlighted, we'll enter those ones first. Each axle requires the number of wheels it has, its actual axle weight given the load being carried, and the distance to the next axle. Once you have typing in values, you will find that you can tab to the next field and enter in its values. If the next axle is identical to the one previous, you can also copy from previous. But remember to edit any values that need to be changed. We then click to enter the details for the trailer. Most of the values here were already entered in, such as the height, the length and the width and any other projections. But it still needs the axle details, number of wheels, and weight on the axle and distance to the next one. If all the axles are identical, we can easily click on copy to all, which fills it all over. If you wish to see all the axles in one shot, then go back up to the top of the page and select to view axle details, and you get a summary of all the axles. Once you are happy with this, scroll down to the bottom and select to save the vehicle. If STGO likes everything that you've typed in, you will be able to accept the vehicle and continue. On the movement type page, we need to give a reference number. By default, STGO will give the dates or the closest dates to which it can be travelled given the 2 clear working days notice. If you wish to bring the date forward, you can do, but be wary that this will come up as a warning being an imminent movement for structure owners and police. You could instead set the date further into the future and also give a from and to summary using either the nearest towns or even the postcodes. And then confirm and continue. On the map page, it works best if we have postcodes. Once you have entered the postcode, click on enter or return on your keyboard to look up the address. And then the same postcode where you hope to deliver. Once both flags are on the map, we can then plan the route. If you know that you'd rather take a different route, for example, let's take this road down the A1 instead of the M1, then it's just a case of zooming in over the road you'd like to go down, and on the actual carriageway itself, right click to add a waypoint. You can then again click on plan, and the route will be redrawn. Going this time down the A1, then we can save the route, giving it a suitable name, and save. Okay. We can then advance to the route assessment. Now, if there are any unsuitable structures or constraints along the route, the system will give you warning at this stage. But for this instance, we've just got a clear route with the route description given. We can confirm that and continue, which takes us to the notification overview page. So we can select the time of travel and the latest we'd hope to be on the roads. We can also change the number of movements, and as this is an STGO weight movement, we need to tick the box to confirm that we have an indemnity certificate. We will also need a load description. And once we're happy with that, we just tick the accept terms and conditions and submit. And And after a short while of spinning, it gives us the hairstyle reference number, and that notification is complete. It also gives us the option to print out the notification if required.